Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. It's been a little while since I've done a proper video. I did that little one on the Dua Neo Glass Air, which was pretty cool. Love that little thing. But yeah, today I thought I'd do a little explanation of this tank here. So it's a 40 centimetre cube, getting really overgrown now, so I'm going to do a bit of maintenance and sort of show you around it, show you how I set it up and what goes into making a tank look like this. Let's get started. Right, so let's start having a look in the cabinet. Apart from all the plugs, we've got a Awazi Biomaster Thermo 250. That's got the built-in heater and the really easy to maintain pre-filter. We've got the CO2 kit here, which is the ISTA CO2 regulator. It's okay, does the job. Fire extinguisher, and yeah, various things plugged in, which I'll guide you through when we do the top bit. Right, so the tank itself is a 40 centimetre cube made by Beta Aquarios. They make super high quality aquariums. They're based in Spain, so it's opti-white glass, minimum silicon. Yeah, just a really really beautiful thing. So let's have a look what we've got inside. We've got Prodibio aqua growth soil. We've got Helanthrium tenellum carpeting plant, Hydrocotyle tripartita, Sterigine repens, Bulbitis, bit of moss. There is a bit of boost in there as well, a bit of Bucophalandra, wavy green I think. And we've got Crypt, oh there he is. That's our main inhabitant. His name's Will Wheaton. We've got Crypt, Tropica, and yeah, that's about it for inside the tank. And I'll take you to the top, the Emersed growth. Right, so as you can see, this tank has got quite a large piece of bogwood sticking out the top, so it's just one big piece that goes all the way down to the bottom of the tank that sticks out the top. Got this huge maidenhair fern which has just gone crazy, which is good because whenever I have them in a pot at home I manage to kill them, so it's great that it's just grown on here. So yeah, basically what I've done with the bit of wood here, I've got a small pump right down the back in the bottom. Let's see if we can see it from the other way around. Yeah, excuse the watermark. So there it is. It's just the pump section of a Eheim Skim 350, but you can use any small skimmer or any small pump, sorry. Yeah, and there's a pipe, a bit of hose going up from that into the back of the wood, where I've drilled a small hole and put the hose in there, so that just trickles water down the wood, so it's kept constantly wet, so I'm able to grow all these aquatic plants on the wood. So let's see what we've got. Some of it isn't aquatic, some of it is, or semi-aquatic. We've got Anubias petite. These tiny little ones are Hemianthus cuba. We've got weeping moss, bit of Bulbitis, got Boos in there, Crypt parva just there, more Bucophalandra. Right, now let's start on the plants that aren't aquatic that are grown on here. So this is terrestrial moss. A lot of the time when I'm making like paludarian type tanks with a lot of growth that's outside of the tank, if it's not kept really wet, I'll use terrestrial moss. So you just go into your local woods and find some. Obviously make sure it's not been near any pesticides or chemicals or weed killers, anything like that. Yeah, and that just grows and covers the wood, and it looks really aged and natural. Got some spider plants here, which I will probably remove at some point because they get a bit big, but they look cool when they're small. Obviously this massive maidenhair fern, this was quite small when I put it in. Literally just took all the soil off the roots, rested it on the wood, and the roots have grown down into the water, and I guess that's where it's getting its nutrients from. And this one, I can never remember the name of it, and it's quite frustrating. I'll put it in the in the description below if I can find it. But there, again with that one, took all the soil off the roots and just put it in the water, and it's doing pretty well. I've had it like that for probably well over a year now, because it came from one of the tanks I had at home. So yeah, that's that really. Quite simple to do, but really effective. It creates this kind of rainforesty effect and gives it a whole new dimension to the tank. Kind of draws your eye down below the surface. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is try and get this maidenhair fern under control. So obviously houseplants aren't my forte, so what I'm going to do is just trim it back. I guess that's the way to do it. Try and get some of the really long ones trimmed back, quite close to the root there. Hopefully that will it won't disturb it too much, and it will encourage maybe the fresh growth that's coming through underneath to get a bit more light and encourage it to grow.
I keep a photograph in which we were in love, caught in your eyes, waiting for the sunrise. I barely even knew who you were. What did you do? I didn't care, 'cause you were perfect, I swear. But somebody told me that it's over. I know it's true. You made me happy for a while. I remember fleeting times when we slept on top of cars. Now I don't know you, you don't know me too. I remember fleeting times when we watched the sparks so fire. Now I don't know you, you don't know me too.
Right, so that's the maidenhair fern trimmed back. I haven't gone too crazy with it because I'm not sure how it responds to trimming, but this is a lesson, so I'm going to hopefully learn from it and see how it responds. But yeah, I've trimmed it back so we can now see a bit more of this wood here, and also you can see underneath, so you can see that kind of lovely rainforesty effect under there. I'll probably remove some of this floating plant, that's Salvinia. And next is to trim back a lot of that Hydrocotyle, that's got far too long, and also all the Hydrocotyle down here, these crypts, bit of Bulbitis, and really open it up because it's got far too overgrown. So yeah, let's do a time lapse of that. Okay, so I've literally just gone in there and hacked it all back. The crypts obviously will grow back quite quickly. Hopefully the Sterigine repens will also grow back quite well. Yeah, I know there's going to be a load of moss I'm pulling out, Hydrocotyle, tripartita, but it should all grow back quite nicely. It'll look a bit hacked about a bit at first, but within a week it'll start looking natural again. So yeah, let's get all this old plant matter out of here. That's the big trim back done, and I think it's looking better already. But now we've got to do a big water change to remove all that detritus and muck and dying plant and stuff that we've disturbed in there. So yeah, big water change. I'll try and siphon out the remains of the plants as well, because we don't want them all rotting down in there. And then yeah, nice clean tank. Let's do it. So while my buckets are filling up, I thought I'd just show you the lovely shrimp we've got in here. There's the mother of the blues, and all these little babies whizzing around. It's an Aquarium shrimp set smart. There we go. Beautiful shrimp. So around here we have really hard tap water, so I like to dilute it down with RO water, so it just makes the water nice and soft for the plants, for the fish, and also you don't get the build-up of calcium all around the tank. You do get a little bit, but not anywhere nearly as much as if you're just using the really hard tap water. So yeah, let's fill it up with half RO, half tap. There we go, all filled up. Looking much more open, so there's more room for the fish. There's actually some Galaxy Raspora in here as well, and some Ottos as well. So they'll have a little bit more room to swim around. So yeah, let's turn the filter back on, and hopefully that'll clear it. And then I'll show you the way I clean the glass to keep it nice and clean. So after maintenance, you've always got these little drips that come down here, little watermarks, and I find one of the best ways that I do it, get it nice and clean, dry it all off first with a bit of this blue tissue. So this is good because you don't get the tiny little fibres or anything like that stuck to the glass. And then you just get a bit of RO water, pure water, spray it on, and dry that off. So if there are any little drips or smears left, because it's RO, there's no residue to leave behind, so you won't get any watermarks, and you'll just get lovely crystal clear glass. But shh, it's a secret.
I keep a photograph in which we were in love, caught in your eyes, waiting for the sunrise. I barely even knew who you were. What did you do? I didn't care, 'cause you were perfect, I swear. But somebody told me that it's over. I know it's true. You made me happy for a while. I remember fleeting times when we slept on top of cars. Now I don't know you, you don't know me too. I remember fleeting times when we watched the sparks so fly. Now I don't know.
Right, so another thing I want to quickly just show you. Around the back of this tank is a little bit of a mess because it's quite hard to clean, but that's not a problem really. This little device here is an ultrasonic vaporizer or mist maker, and this is what creates that mist on the top of the surface. So it's literally this little device here and a wire that goes down into the cabinet. So if we switch that on, you can see it sprays out this little squirt of water. Sometimes you have to position it. It takes a little bit of jigging about. It sprays out the water and the mist comes out, and then you start seeing it. Eventually it draws round, sort of clings to the surface of the water and creates that lovely mystic effect. So I've got one of these in my tank at home, but I don't leave it on all the time. Just when I want to impress people or make a video. But yeah, it gives a really cool effect. What do you think, Will Wheaton? He doesn't care. There we go, that's the end of the video. Thanks very much for watching. As you can see, it's looking a bit scrappy, a bit rough around the edges at the moment, but in a week or two it'll all have bounced back and it'll look nice and fresh again. So yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe, leave a comment. I'll try and answer some questions if you've got any questions about it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.